Hey guys, my name's Trapixium, and I have a question for you. Have you ever seen something you shouldn't have, and now you see that thing everywhere you look? On Ravnica, there's a phenomenon of a similar nature, known simply as House Dim-ir. The Blue and Black Lined Guild is at the surface a group of merchants, investigators, and researchers, but beneath the surface, they are a secret group of spies, agents, and assassins. Unless you're in the Dim-ir, you don't know it exists. Just remain calm, relax, focus. The people of Ravnica do have their suspicions, but before anyone goes on saying it, the Dim-ir have always existed. The original guild pact was written that the guild was always to be a secret, thus they had to exist by contract. It wasn't until the Boros Wojciech Argus Kos arrested the Dim-irfferent Szadek that the guild pact was broken as the Dim-ir's cover was blown. After Szadek was arrested, killed, and subsequently sealed away in Agrim, it eventually disappeared from the plane. After Szadek went away with Agrim, he was no longer the leader of the Dim-ir, and the 10th fell into disarray. Until, it showed up. Lazav, a shapeshifter having claimed to have communed with Szadek's spirit, now leads the spy network with the same methods and secrecy that Szadek himself used. Lazav rebuilt the guild Hall Duskmantle and grew his spy network to encompass non-aligned members of the public, such as the crazy goblin Krenko. This is sadly all the information I could find on Lazav. However, I'd like to draw some inferences. I can't help but notice that while Lazav does use the same tactics as Szadek, Lazav does not do the same things. While yes, during the events of the Implicit Maze, Lazav did try to take control of the city, do remember it was all of the 10 guilds who fought for control of the city, not just the Dim-ir. No, Lazav seems to care for not just committing espionage on the guilds for the goal of bringing them to their knees like Szadek, but rather he commits espionage to protect the guilds from themselves. As we have seen in some of the preview cards that have been spoiled this season, Lazav seems to have taken the Dim-ir and fitted them more to the role of internal affairs for the guild pact. This isn't even a common thing. The Dim-ir usually act in service of bringing down the guild pact, twisting Ravnica to its own ends. Now here they are outright protecting Ravnica. While I can't say that the Dim-ir are good, I think the problem is we have been confronted with a bigger enemy. But with that being said, that still doesn't change the fact that Lazav isn't quite the same as Szadek. Szadek was a character who was bent on upending the natural order to put himself on top. When Szadek went to Agrim, he left the Dim-ir. The guild suffered as a result without someone to directly maneuver the spy networks and keep the operation running. Then Lazav stepped up. He gave the guild a direction, giving the guild a reason to exist as they had become necessary to daily operations to Ravnica. Granted, no longer being acknowledged in the now non-magical guild pact, he still managed to keep the part that made the Dim-ir infamous, dare I say, to players, also managing to make it secret again. Nonetheless, Lazav did manage to re-establish the Dim-ir. Now, if only it had been for that do-gooder mind mage, Jace Beleren. If it hadn't been for him, Lazav would still have control of Ravnica, like Szadek almost did, but perhaps in Lazav's failure lies his success. The Dim-ir are still running, and dare I say, have managed to become one of the most informed guilds on all of Ravnica for the moment. They know of a force that is trying to take control of the guilds, which is more than what the other guilds have to go on, which is exactly nothing if the flavor text in the set is anything to go by. So, while this isn't the best lore video I can provide on Lazav, as there wasn't much to go on, I hope it provided some insight to the two leaders and the best spies in perhaps all of the multiverse. And speaking of the multiverse, all of you in the multiverse, feel free to comment and subscribe and like this video, and feel free to go to the channel for more videos on lore. Also, do follow me on Twitter and join the Discord, and until next time, may the Lotus watch over you.